Okay, so I should start off by pointing out I'm a big fan of used PC components and kind of getting the best from older hardware. To give you an example, my most recent machine, which is my main one I use day in, day out, is an i5-2500K, currently at 4.5 GHz, and I couldn't be happier. However, I'm a big fan of some of the YouTubers like TechYesCity, Random Gaming HD, Budget Build Official, etc. One thing that TechYesCity, Brian over there, he likes to say that the X58 platform is certainly one of the better ones from the older generations of hardware, and it's always got me interested, especially the 6-core Xeon builds he has done in the past. So, during one of my usual eBay searches where I'm looking for bargains to flip, I found and stumbled across this little deal, which itself didn't give me much to look at. I was just browsing what was ending soonest, and this happened to pop up. Obviously, seeing the i7 there got my interest, so I had a quick look. Although there's not much in there at all, and there's no model number for the board, I did look at the pictures, which a little bit rubbish, as you can see. I couldn't make out a model number or anything on there, but after a quick Google, it did look like this was an Intel X58 board, which has been something that I've been looking after for a long time. They've always been way too expensive, as mentioned in his videos as well. They can be quite sought after, but this one seems to have everything I could possibly want. Looking at the picture at the back, you can see it's got USB 3 and so on. Just pretty much a well-spec'd board. And at the price I put a bid in, I managed to win it for below £50, which I couldn't be happy with. That was including delivery. Obviously it says it's for parts or not working. Again, it was all a bit of a gamble, but as you will see, it arrived and worked just fine. And this is generally a bit of a video just to put together how it's going to work out. I really don't have a clue whether or not this will support the chip that I want to use with it. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, it will. There's very little documentation online on these boards, but yeah, let's have a look and just see how it goes. And with a bit of luck, we can maybe experience some 6-core goodness in the future. Okay, so it's arrived. Let's crack it open and see what we're dealing with. I suppose for anyone wondering, the case it came in is pretty battered. It's got dents and things on the top. I'm not sure whether you can see it, but it'll be perfectly fine for testing and obviously seeing what this thing can do. But yeah, it just looks like a pretty basic case. Standard stuff. I don't know, maybe stick a cigarette in it, have a bit of Greenham gaming going on, who knows. And just a closer look at the motherboard for those interested. I did have to do some Googling before this arrived because there was very little details in the listing, and it looks like what I found was correct. It is the DX58SO2, if I'm reading that correctly. There isn't many details online about what it will support, so I'm really hoping that this will support an I think it's the 5675. I'll have to double check on good old TechYesCity videos, but yeah, it looks like a really well spec'd motherboard for this generation anyway, and obviously anything with a skull in it is a-okay. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty beefy. It's got pretty much anything I might want on there. If we take a quick look at the processor, I'll just whip this out. This should be an i7-960, I think. That's not really focusing on there, but looks good to me. Interesting. Well, let's fire it up and see what it can do. Okay, so just testing this now. I've put in an old 800 watt power supply that I had lying around. It's a bit squeaky, but it works perfect. I'll use it for testing. Just an old hard drive, which I know works. I've put some thermal paste on, attached the cooler obviously, and I've got a graphics card here. I think it's a 570. It is faulty. It basically stops displaying as soon as the drive is installed, but obviously for just seeing if the motherboard works, that'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm going to wire it all up now and we'll see what happens. Okay, I've put the cables in and whatnot. I'm kind of hoping the front is all connected. Okay, let's see what happens. Where's the power button on this thing? Oh, probably this. I'm not sure if you can pick up that squealing noise. That's the power supply. Oh, yes. Let's have a look. The system memory has decreased. Okay, fair enough. Again, sorry for this shaky cam. I am doing this on my phone. Blah 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 blah. Let's reset, see if we can get into BIOS. Mash some keys. F12, something like that, maybe that'll do it. Mash, 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 mash. Aha, okay. Alright, cool. Total memory 10 gig, yeah, that makes sense. I've just whacked in a whole bunch of whatever I had lying around. But yeah, it works. Let's have a look. System date, where do I find? Presuming I'm going to want to update the BIOS if I've got any hope of this supporting the processor I want. But that's pretty cool. Okay, let me just zoom in case anybody actually wants to read this. We can obviously go to the overclocking bit if we want to, but for now I don't really need that yet. That power supply is perfectly fine when it's in use. It's just that startup, it sounds quite squealy. I have tried blowing some air in there, but apart from that. Yeah, anyway, when we're looking at BIOS version. Okay, I'm going to check to see if that is actually the latest and see if I can get this updated. But yeah, it looks like this is actually a winner. A woohoo! Let's see where it goes from here. And yeah, if I haven't already mentioned it yet, Tech Yes City, I love you, man. Okay, latest BIOS in. Woo! Might stick Windows 10 on it now, see wagwan.
I know we ain't talked in a minute, but it's time. Living in the thoughts and the visions, but between the lines, yeah. I can't even talk with the visions there in my mind. Cause every time I fall, I can feel you there by my side, yeah. So show me the way and I'll follow you. Show me the way, cause that's all I do. Take the leap of faith and I'll dive into my diamonds. I'm finding this divine light inside of you. Tell me that you want me, baby. That ice cold stare, I just wanna know you, baby. From 1 to 3, got me looking everywhere for you. Count the stars, you are my sun. Underneath my skin, feel my bones are creeping in. I don't want this love to end. Underneath my skin,
Okay, so a few days have gone by and my X5675 has arrived. Yeah, I suppose let's give it a try and see what happens. I do have a new fan as well for this somewhere, which also arrived. It was a bit of a bargain. Where is it? Ah, yes. There we go. I got this for £10, which seems like a much better upgrade than the standard cooler, and with a bit of luck, hopefully will work well too. I'm not going to bother with that for now though. I'm just going to quickly swap out the chips and, well, at the moment of truth really, let's see if this Intel board will take this chip. Roll the montage.
I know we ain't talked in a minute, but it's time. Living in the thoughts and the visions, but between the lines, yeah. I can't even talk with the visions there in my mind. Cause every time I fall, I can feel you there by my side, yeah. So show me the way and I'll follow you. Show me the way, cause that's all I do. Take the leap of faith and I'll dive into my diamonds. I'm finding this divine light inside of you. Tell me that you want me, baby. That ice cold stare, I just wanna know you, baby. From 1 to 3, got me looking everywhere for you. Count the stars, you are my sign. Underneath my skin, feel my bones are creeping in. I don't want this love to end. Underneath my skin, when I look into your eyes, see the miracle of life shining underneath your skin.
Okay, that's all in. Yeah, these little fiddly, twisty type coolers, I don't like them at all. I much prefer to screw them in, but there we go. I suppose let's plug it in and see if it fires up. Okay, it's all plugged in. Okay, it's the moment of truth, I suppose. I'm not holding my breath, but let's see. Ugh. That sounds terrible. Well, I'm not seeing anything happen. Oh, hello, we do have something on the screen now. It says E6, so if there is a problem I might have to Google that. Okay, well yeah, it does look like I'm out of luck here, but let's see what I can find on the internet. Oh! Seems you're making a fool out of me. Oh ho! Jesus, you can't make it up. Okay, let's have a look. I'm sure you guys picked up that little sound from my phone. Ah, it's shut down. Now that could be any reason. Okay, my phone decided to shut itself down because it overheated, but you did see the machine shut itself off just before. Not too sure why at this stage. Well, that would help if I plug it in. Possibly a heating issue, I don't know, but the fact it turned on in the first place is promising, so let's give it another try. This time I've got the keyboard ready. Just get my finger out of the way. Okay, we've got something on the screen. If we can get into the BIOS, we can at least... If you're wondering why that's beeping, I'm just tapping away on the keyboard here, trying to get into it. Come on. Oh, was I in luck? Okay, good. Oh, and there it is. X5675. I think, although it's a bit dodgy at the moment, we might be in business. Yes. Although, let's see how long this actually runs for. Okay, well, cool. At least now we know the motherboard does support it to some extent. I can't work out why it would have shut down before, though. Zoom in on this, because somebody out there might have a better understanding of this. The temperatures seem okay. Ish, I think. I don't know why IOH temperature is. I'm going to assume that's processor. Okay. Okay, this phone is kind of annoying, which for reference is an Xperia X5. I've never really recorded video with it, but it turns out that it seems to overheat quite quickly, so I've now turned it down to 30 frames a second, so I apologise for any difference there. But yeah, it all seems recognised. So let's exit the setup and see if we can get into Windows again. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but that power supply sounds terrible. But it does work. I think I just need to give it a good clean. It's not too hot in there. And these boot times will be addressed. I do have a 60GB SSD, which is cheap enough. I have that on the way from Amazon. But at the moment, I'll be quite happy if we can get into Windows. I'm not holding my breath again. I think there might be a little issue here, but I am relieved that the motherboard does seem to at least support the processor, which is fantastic. Doesn't seem to be much about it on the internet, so kind of the whole reason I'm recording this. Just feel this phone. It's pretty warm. I hope I'm not going to end up having to record this in 2-minute intervals because my phone overheats. Will it shut down? I mean, either way, I think what I'll do is wait for the SSD to arrive, which should be tomorrow. Give it a fresh install with this new chip in and see where that takes us, really. It seems to be lasting longer than previously. Good God, this is horrendous. some signs of life. It still might turn off, who knows, but I do like this going on here with these buttons and things, and that's pretty cool. Oh. Okay, let's have a look. Sorry about that, got my finger out of the way. This thing is getting pretty warm. You can hear the fans kicking in there. Okay, well that's always nice to see. Okay, I've kind of got the mouse on my knee here, so sorry everything's a bit shaky. Okay, there it is. Yep. Wonderful. 5675 alive and kicking on an Intel board. Okay, let's see where this goes. I'm going to shut this down for now. Wait for my SSD to arrive and, well, yeah, maybe try and see if I can get a new graphics card in this as well, because I know this one is dead. Though you can see it working now. As soon as the driver is installed, the entire card seems to just stop displaying anything, so I need to get that replaced just for something temporary for now. But yeah, there we have it. The board will take the chip. Let's just see where this goes and how it compares to my main system, which is an i5 2500K running at 4.5 gigahertz, which I love, obviously. I know a lot of people out there will say that's completely outdated and irrelevant nowadays. And to be honest, I don't care. It does exactly what I want to do. I've got a 1050 Ti in there, which I may upgrade sooner or later. But it does exactly what I want. It's really quick with the SSD storage in there as well. But this could be a nice little upgrade for me as well, based on all the good things I've heard from the X58 platform from Brian at Techie City. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to cut this short and come back to this with a few more bits and bobs inside, maybe that new cooler as well, and just see how this compares. But yeah, I'm really chuffed.